Welcome back to my channel, Build and Sew with ND. Today I want to show you how to cut a simple fish dress. So what do I mean by fish dress? It's different from mermaid. Mermaid has a lot of fabric, but if you have limitation in the fabric or limited fabric, you can sew a fish dress. And the material I'm using is 4-way stretch material. Here's the material. It's 4-way stretch. What do I mean by 4-way stretch? It stretch vertically and horizontally. So how do you determine the one you use for your length and the one you use for your width? So you use the one that is more stretchy for the width, then you use the one that is less stretchy for the vertical measurement. So I've done that. I've done my material evaluation and I've folded the needed material I need. So I'm going to start. I draw my guideline. Guideline means where my measurement is going to start, and the essence of drawing guidelines so that you can have an accurate body measurement. So the measurements I'm using is the back is 8 inches, the armhole is 8 inches, the bust point is 10 inches, but I'm going to make it 10.5. Then the waistline is 16.5. The hip line is 24.5. Then the nail length is 30 inches, 35 inches I mean to say. So I'm going to connect all the line that this bust point, this waistline, hip line, and nail length. And the length of my dress is 58, and that is the total length of my fabric. So I'm going to start. So I'm going to measure 8 inches here so that I can have an accurate measurement and connect. That is the armhole. That is the armhole. So this is the bust line. On bust line, I'm going to get my nipple to nipple measurement is 8 inches. Also I added 1, making 9 divided by 2, that is 4.5 inches. So I'm going to measure this 4.5 inches up to the hip point, 4.5 inches. Then on my hip point, I'm going to go up by 2 inches. That is where my dart is going to stop. I'm going to rule a line here. So I'm going to measure 4.5 there, like so. I'm going to connect all the points. So on the bust points, I'm going to drop the dart by 1 inches. So after that, I'm going to give a waist dart of a half an inch on both sides. Then I'm going to connect like so. I'm going to connect with my ruler. So I'm going to connect to 2 inches. My dart will stop 2 inches before the hip line. So this is my dart. So after doing that, I'm going to measure my neck. My neckline is 3 inches by 3. I'm going to connect it using my cuff ruler. 3 by 3 inches. So this is my neckline. So the armhole, I'm going to measure the armhole and locate the midpoint and come inside by 1/2 inch. I'm going to blend the 1/2 inch to the cuff of the armhole like so. I'm going to blend it and blend it back That is the front armhole. This way. So I'm going to drop the armhole by 1 inch and connect it to the neckline this way. Then I'll add 1/2 inch back for joining allowance this way. So I'm going to start my measurement now with the bust. So the bust is 36. So I've divided my divided measurements. I'm going to make the bust to be 9 inches. So because it's stretchy material, there's no need to add joining allowance. You just take your accurate body measurement. There's no need to add allowance for ease because it's stretchy material. So my waist, I'm going to make it 32, and the waist, I'm going to take it accordingly. So I use 9 inches for my waist. So the hip, I make it 42. So I'm going to take the measurements needed like so. So the knee length, so I'm going to check what I have on my hip. I have 11.5. I'm going to take away 1.5 inches, so making 10 inches. So I'm going to make my knee length to be 10 inches this way. So now I'm going to connect all the points, So this is my bust line, to my waistline, my waistline to my hip line to my knee length, and down to the end of the fabric. So this is a rough connection. You can use your ruler if you are not good with a freehand connection. So you can use your ruler, cuff ruler, whatever you are comfortable with to connect your line. But as for me, good with freehand connection. So this is it. So this is how the gown will look like. So I'm going to cut the back. I'm going to make the back to be a V neck. So the depth of the V will be 6 inches. So I'm going to connect. The width will be the same, or the depth will change. So this is my back neckline, and this is my front neckline. So I'm going to cut the front and use the front to cut the back, and I'll come back and show you how it's looking. So this is the front here, and this is the back. So this is how they look. There's no zipper. It's a bodycon dress. It's going to be fitted, and because it's stretchy, you don't need zipper. If you want, you can put zipper, and you don't necessarily need a dart. So if you want, you can put a dart. If you don't, you can omit that. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to sew this dress. So what I want to do for this dress, I'm going to serge it first before I sew it. So I'll serge the shoulder line. I'm going to serge the side seam. I'm going to serge it on both sides. So when I serge both sides finish, I'm going to show you. So while serging, you make sure that all the notch that you notch, all the notch you give the notch at each point, at each vertical measurement, you make sure they match. So now I've serged the dress both sides. I'm going to use my sewing machine to join it. So this is the shoulder, and what is the best needle to use for stretchy material? You use size 18 needle. Size 18 needle. That is the best needle to use for stretchy material. It works like magic. Just try it and thank me later. So I'm going to join the shoulder, both shoulder, with the remaining allowance last stitch. And I'm going to join both sides. I'm going to join both sides of the dress. It's a ½ inch seam allowance. Remember, there was no seam allowance. So I'm going to join it accordingly. So when I finish joining this side, I'm going to join the other side. So this is the dress. This is my client wearing it. So this is the side view of the dress, and let's see the front view. This is the front view. You can see how the down is flowing. So let's see the other side view. She can walk comfortably. And let's see the back view. The back, I make it to be U-neck instead of V-neck, so you can see how it's looking. So you can make yours. It's very easy and simple to make. Do you want to say hi to my viewers? Thank you. So thank you for rocking our fish dress. I hope to see you some other time. So take care of yourself. Bye. Subscribe to my channel. Bye.